What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Captain Price with Captain Price Reacts, and today we gonna be watching Jubilee. If the feminists were 100% honest. So if you're new to the channel, go ahead, like, subscribe, and turn notifications, and let's get into this video.
Abortion is murder, and I still support it. 3, 2, 1.
Hold on. We gotta start over right quick. I'm sorry, y'all. We gotta I heard abortion is murder, and I'm gonna give my opinion on all of this.
Abortion is murder, and I still support it. 3, 2, 1.
I feel that abortion is murder, my niggas. I do feel that abortion is 100% murder. That's in my book. A lot of people ever can feel that way. I don't believe in abortions at all, unless the circumstances caused that the person was sexually harmed, meaning the R word. That's the only time I do that. I feel like that is the only time I feel like that is appropriate. Other than that, no go. Just because y'all made a mistake, no go. No go.
I don't want to get flamed for this, but I have a rationale.
What if you could speak your mind without fear of judgment? We brought together 7 strangers, protected their identities, and created a space for them to be completely honest. What will be revealed when they take the mask off?
I have slut-shamed someone.
Agree. I strongly agree. I have all the time. I think a lot of people have done that one.
Hell yeah, I have. I mean, I probably did it last week. You know what I mean? Like, I don't do it to people's faces, but like, misogyny runs so deep. I'm gonna think bad things about a girl that's prettier than me. I'm gonna like, oh, you know, a slut. I'm gonna think that. I went to Catholic school, so we were forced to sign chastity cards, like physical cards. We had the whole presentations where they literally would like wrap a present and then like rip it apart and kick it and be like, this is what happens when you have sex before marriage. And like, I was definitely kind of to some of my like first friends who had been like having sex for a while or whatever. It's definitely partially a product of like religion and the way that this whole country is tied into Protestantism and everything as well. When I was in the 8th grade, there was this girl, my friend group, they would slut shame her because she was always like hypersexual. And once me and her got close, I found out that she was sexually assaulted. And so
that is a big factor when it comes down to being like a slut. The laws. They're always the laws. I said all laws. They're always laws. Due to the fact of being like that, they need to be accepted some way, somehow. Oh man, it's a bunch of children work, but yeah.
Ever since she told me her story, I stopped slut shaming. Even if I don't agree with what someone is doing, I just say that is their business and they will take it up with God on their judgment day. It don't got nothing to do with me.
I've used my sexuality for personal gain.
I use my sexuality for personal gain. So with me, no, I can't say that with me and nah. I be joking around and stuff, but nah, I haven't never done that. I'm not feminist.
I'm gonna be oppressed for it. I'm gonna use it to my advantage when I want to. Like, it's something that is unavoidable. Okay, I think I misunderstood. Okay, so I like your answer. I'm gonna flip it. Oh, I was like, okay, got it. All right. My whole life I felt like I was sexualized, and I was an early bloomer too. So I felt like I was constantly sexualized as a child, and when I got like past like losing my virginity and then being groomed and then being assaulted, and I got to the age where I was like, that's so f***ed up that it was kind of like a revelation for myself, being like, if it's what'll get me like what I need, I'll use it. Yeah. You know, like if I'm gonna get catcalled, I might as well get something out of it. Like not monetary personal gain, but internal personal gain. Fitting in, getting positive reinforcement, that sort of thing. I still feed into the insecurity of if I'm not getting that, like what am I worth?
I know who that is.
And I feel like that's very dangerous. I'll be, you know, getting dressed for a night out or to go out, and I'm like, why am I wanting to dress a certain way? What kind of attention do I really want to get?
Not all women should be believed.
Depending on the situation.
Okay, I'm gonna start here and then figure out if I change it later. I rethought this. I think that the first thing that jumped into.
But first of all, it ain't just women; it's men and women. Like, first of all, you gotta take anything somebody say with a grain of salt. Like, the reason why I say it, because somebody could talk to you about anything. Somebody could say they jumped off the roof and made it off, and they could be telling the truth. But then, in another case, somebody else could say the same thing, and they could be lying their ass off. So yeah, you can't. Sometimes you can't. You got to see hard evidence with everybody, not just women, just men too.
That made me like go with, like I agree with this is all those stupid ass white women that call the cops irresponsibly and without reason and stuff like that. That's sort of where my logic went in on this. Not so much regarding like SA and stuff like that, because I would support any woman in that. Even if she's lying, I'm still gonna believe her. I feel like there's like a line. Obviously, you believe all women when it comes to, you know, sexual assault. But then there's like the line that like knowing that people are bad. You know, there are people who want to do harm. And if they're a woman, then it sucks, you know?
There's a lot of women in this shit.
I guess why I went with this is to say, not immediately saying no right away. And to be like, okay, here we are. This happened. Let's talk about it. Yeah. You know, I think for me it comes from the misogynistic like idea that a lot of women just like lie because they're like Jezebels and you know, like we're just like tricksters for some reason. Like a lot of people, specifically men, think like, oh well, they're just saying it to get fame or fortune or whatever. And I'm like, can you name one of the people that Bill Cosby assaulted? No. My initial, similar to you, is just like, yes, like I want to hear what this woman has to say, because I've been lied to way more by men in my life than by women.
Canceling men is necessary for progress.
I feel like it's a double-edged sword.
Canceling men is necessary for progress. Some. It's a 50-50.
I'm not necessarily pro cancel culture, but I'm pro holding people accountable. But I feel like with canceling men, I feel like we saw this a lot with Andrew Tate. It was really good that we were bringing attention to it, and women saw how much of a scumbag he was. And I feel like a good amount of men did too. But at the same time, it became kind of like a joke.
When it comes down to Andrew Tate, I don't even want to get into that. Like, me in general with Andrew Tate, it's like, he was a double-edged sword to me. Like, there's some stuff, it was true, and there was a lot of stuff he was just doing dramatic. So, like, controlling women don't get married because certain reasons and all that other shit. Some of the shit he came out and clean and was like, yeah, was for content. And a lot of stuff, you know, he held his ground on. Like, you know, and a lot of stuff was broken up too. That's what I try to get. Everybody told people to watch his podcast. They was like, oh, okay, you know. So me in general, I don't believe everything he says, but I believe it's a large percentage.
Became entertainment for men. I agree with like accountability for sure. I feel like
was
canceling
the wrong
someone
group.
or canceling a singer or a
The
rapper
wrong
or
group was
whatever,
looking at
just like
Andrew.
not listening to their music or not
It was
supporting
more
them.
children looking
but
at
like
them than
men as
adults.
a system, that's like not possible. They
The
hold the
adults was
power.
agreeing and the
So like
kids wasn't.
not
They was
engaging
making
with
a
them
joke out
isn't
of
going to like progress us any further. We have to engage with them to progress further.
No, I'm not
You
part of that
need to be
movement
able
stuff
to
either.
converse with the issue to have the issue fixed. Like, because if you like run to cancel someone, then they're going to be defensive and not learn anything from it. Like, if somebody really and truly, I think, should be canceled like fully, they should just be like convicted, like put behind bars. Like, if there is a crime, a real crime.
Sometimes jail doesn't even work because like Bill Cosby's out of jail. Like he got out on a technicality.
It's exactly. I don't trust the system. I as much as the example I'm currently always going back to is the Brock Turner case.
Yeah,
Because if he raped a girl
I
and
think
he got
certain situations is like there's no hard evidence on certain things, so you can't get mad. Right? That shit. Now that Bill Cosby shit was different.
6 months probation, served 3 of it, and the way I've seen cancel culture help in that case, I feel like sometimes cancel culture can step in where the law and our government and our judicial system fail.
Abortion is murder, and I still support it.
I feel like it's a really worded question in a way.
Abortions is murder.
I didn't think of the phrase of the question.
I don't want to get flamed for this.
No, but I
I have a
I
rationale. Yeah.
I don't believe in abortions.
So
We already
I
talked about
100%.
that.
Anybody that
Yeah,
wants an
right.
abortion should have full access, no barriers, everything. I think, and I'm not even sure I agree with saying that it's murder, but I think that sometimes people talk about abortion very callously and ignore the like trauma that is associated with it, even if you have zero regrets, like it's the best decision you've ever made in your life. Women that I've, listened to and heard from and read, opinions from, it's still like a traumatic experience. I don't know. I think you guys understand what I'm trying to say, but I think just the weight of it now has been lessened a little bit. I think that is shifting back again though because of the awful recent events. But I would say for the past like 5 years or so, I've just heard it in my own community is like tossed around lightly, and I don't necessarily think that it should be handled really lightly.
I agree with like the latter half of this statement. I feel like it's like if it were to be considered murder, I would still support it.
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah. Then, yeah, I would say so. Because it's not, it's still, even if it is murder, it's not an easy choice. Like, that makes it even more of a difficult conversation, It's like such a deeper thing.
This question is actually making me really emotional because I just gave birth in February, and I love my son. He's like my world. But
Touch your hand.
thank you. I recently thought I was pregnant again. And I'm not in a position to have another baby right now. Any baby I may go on and keep. But I knew if I was pregnant this one, I wouldn't have been able to keep. So, and I just know, like some people who I know, they wouldn't have understood it. So, yeah.
Thank you for sharing that with us. And that's the reality, It's not like people are maliciously trying to, you know what I mean? It's like it's a choice, and am I going to be able to provide for myself and my already born child? Or, is this going to be healthy for my mental health? It's not like you are maliciously trying to destroy a clump of cells. It's your life, and that matters more than, in my opinion, than any kind of potential baby.
Absolutely. I feel like because of this, of the dissolve of Roe v. Wade, like, I feel like
I don't even want to try to have kids anymore. Like they're doing the opposite thing to us. There are so many women who want to try, but we've heard the stories of women who have miscarriages and go in and try to get seen by a doctor and say, we can't do that, so we call your lawyer. And I have so many health issues. I have endometriosis, I have PCOS. Like I have everything under the female sun that could exist. I could very easily carry a pregnancy that's not good. I could very easily die from ectopic pregnancy. And the fear that if for one day this expanded and reached where I live, I could die, you know? And it's so scary. And it deters women like me who are on the fence from even wanting to have kids.
The future isn't female.
Oh man, the future isn't female. You know what's crazy about that one little statement? The way the agenda is pushing, it's like, hey, I ain't trying to get canceled. So how I feel and what I believe in is, you know, it's like, it's the way it is like population control, what they're using the years for. I'm gonna put it like the years for. You know, I feel like it's pushed on the kids now. And when it's pushed on the kids, it's confusing. It's very confusing. You know, it ain't like back then. That's what I feel what's going on right now. It's more. That's why I always tell people, it's like, they say the scenario is for every man is 10 women, right? So for each man that is that's an extra 10. You get what I'm saying? I'm living for them, the ones they didn't do out. You know what I'm saying? That's how I always see it. So it's like that narrative is pushing a lot of other narratives that in the future, the way it looks, you know, like kids, the way they making it seem like, I don't have no problem. I got a lot of them in my, not a lot, I've got like 3 cousins that are, but you know, I have no problem with them. I hang out with one. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, when it come down to agenda like this, that goes with this agenda. This is a lot of undercovers out here. And what goes on is like, it's crazy. It's starting to be a lot more women out here that we need more CaptainPrices, you know. But yeah, let's finish. I knew it was
As much as I want to fight for it, I see this misogyny in my brothers, and you know, my father even told me when I was in high school. I asked him, I said, "Do you think men are superior to women?" And he said, "Yeah," to my face.
It's not that we're superior. It's that it's stuff that women got that men don't have. It's a balance out. The way it is, the world is balanced out. What she's saying, what her peoples are saying, it's not like it's bad. The world is 100% balanced out. What I mean by that, not the world, but man and woman is balanced out. It's stuff that women are more good at than men are. It's more stuff that men are more better at than women. It's more stronger men than stronger women. It's more smarter women than smarter men. You get what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. A lot of men in this world, they made it seem like, that is more men that's smart. But woman has more common sense. A woman. Let me play this. Let me tell y'all something right quick. Me as a person, I done seen the full effect of cheating at its finest of both genders, and nobody ain't doing cheating better than a woman. I'm telling you, I didn't see men cheat. Men are very, very sloppy when it comes down to cheating. Women aren't at all. It's like their stuff is nobody don't know but the crew. And then who do know that's outside the crew, you know, it's not. You get what I'm saying? But men, everybody and they mother. Yeah, I didn't hit that joint, and that joint, but you know, I got homegirl at the home and you know, so it's like, yeah, let's get back into it.
I'm his eldest daughter.
That's his
only daughter. You know, so that hurts. And to see that, it puts a really gray tone over the world for you.
I guess I'm super radical and I'm like, just end all of this stuff. Like, and so I feel like feminism is
for the time
Sprained
being.
my ankle
I want to
and
end
broke
gender
my
as a whole because I think it's binding
tendon.
and it's oppressive. So I feel like the future is neither female nor male.
I don't know. I do like the
Ligament.
concept of gender because to some degree, it is not who we are as a whole, but it does make us. I like identifying as a
Fracture my
woman, and
ligament.
also I'll challenge that by saying who are going to be the ones to be the voices for queer people and non-binaries because it's not going to be cis hetero men.
That's true. Yeah.
It's going to be women.
Yeah.
What I just say?
Put your masks back on. Thank you so much.
What I say? So at least somebody agree with me. Man, y'all go ahead, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. That was a pretty good one.